she's not alone there, that's for sure.
I don't know, but I don't think it's to invite you to the policeman's ball.
Very funny. I like people with a sense of humour.
Stop asking me stupid questions. It's not up to me to tell you why they want you anyway.
Hey, I guess it's about the meat market they found, eh? Do you think your brother will be there? Must be interesting having a brother who's a cop. Bet he fills you in on all the gory details, eh? Did he tell you how the bodies were cut up? Nothing to it. Just like cutting up a chicken, you follow the joint. Easy. Well, come on. Mustn't keep the law waiting.
Here's one we could do. Piano smashing, 1 minute, 16 seconds.
Forget it.
Yeah, hands off. That belonged to a mate of mine. This thing's stupid anyway.
I don't know, Jude. I've tried everything. She still won't cheer up.
Yeah, well, you're not going to get her dancing around in circles when you're threatening to wreck Stan's piano.
That's it. Dancing.
Where'd you go? Going to see her after lunch. Oh, let's hope Bev doesn't get any fancy ideas before then.
Here it is. Limbo, go-go, samba. Tat, you can do that.
Come on, come on.
Oh, come on. I've seen you.
You just see me doing a couple little shuffles. I couldn't do it for 5 minutes, let alone 5 days.
What about something slower?
Boys, ballroom dancing would have to beat 168 hours.
No, too long.
How about waltzing? That's only 72 hours.
Yeah, that sounds possible.
Okay, waltzing it is.
Waltzing it is.
You beauty! Hey, everybody, we're going to have a waltz marathon. We only have to beat 72
Hang on, I've got to square it with Mrs. Reynolds first.
Oh, she'll be right. All you oldies know how to waltz. You could show us how to do it, Myra.
Don't forget to take your walking stick with you.
Thank you very much.
You took your sweet time.
Some of us have to work, Munro.
Yeah. Must be a bugger, that. Here, love. Pull up a pew. Feel like a drop?
Now, just say what you've got to say. I haven't got all day.
Not good for you, know, all this rushing round. Should take a leaf out of my book. You won't catch me busting a gut for nobody. Now, it's like this, you see, Miss Ferguson. I'm not an unreasonable man. No one could call me that and stay vertical for too long, believe me. No, what I'm suggesting is we come to some sort of arrangement with young Shane. If you know what I mean.
What sort of arrangement?
Well, you know, it's pretty hard on a bloke trying to bring up a kid on his own. Females are better at that kind of thing. Probably why you hit it off. But I got talking to a mate of mine about it. And he figures you can't give up your only son without getting some sort of compensation.
So you want money. And just how much are you willing to sell your son for, Munro?
Oh, now, I wouldn't call it that. But I'm willing to let you keep him.
How much?
Well, seeing as you're doing all right for yourself, I figured 1,000 on the knocker, and let's say $50 a week.
I see. Children going cheap this year, eh?
That mean we got a deal?
You know, Munro, I've dealt with some scum in my life. But believe me, you have to be the lowest.
Hey, watch it. I was just making an offer.
Then keep it. Shane will come to live with me, don't you worry about that. But it'll be done through the proper legal channels. Something that you are obviously not familiar with. See you in court, Mr. Munro.
You rotten bitch. You bet I'll see you in court, you stinking slut. If you're into little boys, you better look somewhere else. You hear me?
Yeah, I couldn't fight back. My ribs were still fragile. She hit me 2-3 times and I went down. That's when she put the boot in.
How long did all this take?
Less than a minute. Freak's a real expert.
The Freak?
That's a nickname.
Did you call her that?
I didn't ask for it, if that's what you mean. She had it all planned.
Really? Then why do you think she attacked you?
She doesn't need a motive. So she gets her kicks.
In your opinion?
Her word against mine. That's how it cuts, isn't it? Yeah, I know who you're going to believe.
Look, you've made serious allegations against a prison officer, Keane. I'm not interested in your opinions, just the facts. If Miss Ferguson had no particular motive for attacking...
What's the other motive? Yeah, well, A couple of my mates, they kidnapped her father when they were trying to spring me. The old bloke nearly kicked it. She's had it in for me ever since.
I'll get HQ to look the file up on that one, Sarge.
Right. Phone the Governor as well. I want to see Jane Ferguson's service record as well as the file on Keane.
Right.
I want to talk to you again.
What happens now?
If the evidence supports what you say, Jane Ferguson will be charged. Same rules for everyone, Keane.
Can't ask for more than that, can I?
If you feel pain, press the call button and try to get some rest.
No problems. I'm going to be sleeping like a baby.
How do you think they feel, being locked up with a maniac?
The only person who seems to be in any danger is Baker. She claims the burn was self-inflicted, but it seems highly unlikely.
Mrs. Reynolds, she took us all by surprise. She's a nutcase.
Myra, has Baker challenged your leadership with the women?
No, that's got nothing to do with it. Look, Mrs. Reynolds, I'm telling you, she did it to herself. She said the pain was an experience.
She what?
It's obviously how she gets her kicks. Well, I mean, aren't the cops chatting to her now about the fun she has with her victims?
I can't discuss another prisoner's case with you.
Oh, there's no need to. She has given us a blow-by-blow description. How she carves up the bodies, where she hides the pieces. Mrs. Reynolds, she's a maniac, a bloody dangerous one at that. Now, the women are scared stiff of her, and I don't blame them. They've got no right to put psycho cases in here.
But the court found her completely sane.
Doesn't that prove my point? If she loves hurting herself, how long before somebody else cops it?
I can't transfer her or put her in isolation without good reason, Myra. I'd be challenging the court's ruling, and the department won't back me up on thin air.
Looks like we'll have to watch out for ourselves then, doesn't it?
Which doesn't mean taking the law into your own hands. Now, what was the other thing you wanted to talk about?
Oh, yes, the women want to have a go at a world record attempt to raise money for the Deaf Institute.
Yes, Miss Rogers mentioned it to me. I think it's a wonderful idea. What sort of record did you have in mind?
Would you believe waltzing?
Well, the department can hardly see that as a threat to security. I'll ask permission for you.
Thanks, Mrs. Reynolds.
Right. Oh, Myra, I want to know if there's any more trouble with Baker.
Let's hope there isn't. That woman plays for keeps.
Wait outside, please. Miss Rogers, I'd like a word. About Miss Ferguson and the riot. I've passed your information on. It's up to the department now. But I'd like to thank you for coming forward. It can't have been easy.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Reynolds.
Now, I'll be telling the rest of the staff, but I'll tell you now. Keep a close eye on Baker. If she makes any more trouble, any false move at all, I want to know about it, all right?
Hey, what's that mean?
That's French, Madam. Roast pork.
Then why don't they say so? I don't hold with no fancy foreign lingo.
You are a giggle, though. Now, let's get facing it.
But there's no parsnips.
Of course not. Parsnips.